The theme, the legal analysis of economics, is the counterpoint, a proposal, the exact opposite sense, or diametrically opposite to that which we know as the economic analysis of law. In the Chicago School in the United States, we have experienced an effort by the economists in analyzing law and justice, proposing application of the principles of economics so as to make them, law and justice, more efficient, more faster, more effective, and more efficient. This discipline, or this theme, the economic analysis of law, is certainly very valid and praiseworthy. But the opposite is also the case. We, lawyers, unfortunately, haven't dedicated ourselves to the legal study of economic phenomena, of operations implemented in the capital markets, in the titles market. This means that we have sometimes the clear impression that an economist is like he has a crystal ball and he makes the forecasts, and we are forced to believe in all that because we are unable to analyze operations from the technical point of view to say whether they're fair, correct, or adequate. I would then like to begin analyzing a bit of the economy from the objective point of view. The economy is the science which studies the activities of production, industry, circulation, trade, and service provisions, and this in the production line, consumption. These activities are carried out from three basic production factors: the inputs, which involve raw materials, machinery, technological machines, water and energy, etc. Labor, to transform these inputs, which are manual labor, machine operators, administrators, researchers, and finally, both for the purpose of the inputs and payment of the workers, financial resources, which sometimes are their own, those that have enough money for economic activity, or in the case of not having these resources, they then take recourse of third parties, especially from banks. The economy, in the subjective point of view, involves different agents. As a normative and inspection agent, we have the state or the states who work through the state working through the juridic or people or companies, states, municipalities, autarkies, regulating economic activity, and as economic agents, the natural people, juridical people or companies, with or without the participation of the companies, with mixed economic companies, and the depersonified agencies. The money, the result of economic activity, has to be allocated in some way. Then, after initially deposited in a bank. The first thing anybody does when they received some money is to deposit it in the bank, in a deposit account at site or a term deposit. At site, you intend to remove the money soon afterwards, or to invest it in the business, or to use it in consumption of goods and services, or to allocate it in another form of investment, such as the investment funds, the other titles and shares, purchase of shares, extra, and the derivatives market. But there is the option also to maintain the money long-term in the financial institution, such as a bank deposit, to receive the interest. Therefore, we can represent the operation of the institution, bank operation, through the picture which is here. The deposits the account owners deposit the money, then the bank can loan the money that it received from the owners of the bank accounts, plus the money which the banker has injected into the bank, charging interest. And these borrowers on the due date pay for the loan. The money then is paid back by the bank to the current account owners. We have two basic contracts: the deposit account between the bank and the account owner, and then we have the loans. Obvious, the bank charges from the borrowers interest rates which are much, much higher than those which the bank pays to the bank account owners. Of course, the difference of the interest rate paid by the borrowers from that which they pay to the borrowers is known as the bank spread. And this spread, this difference, pays the expenses of the bank. It also pays for advertising and investments of the bank, especially in computing. 3, for distribution of dividends or profit to the shareholders, the bank shareholders. We all know very well the currency in the form money, in the form of coins and paper bills. This money, which we know is produced by the central bank, is in circulation and we can see it. But the functioning of the banks receiving the money in a deposit account and then loaning it through borrowing, through loans, produces an amount of money or much greater quantity than the amount of money in coins and bills in circulation through the following system, which is called the mechanism of representative money, money which is not physically there. Now, you imagine a given bank, a person makes a deposit in a bank A, and bank A loans to 2x a small percentage, which then has to be passed on to the central bank as a compulsory deposit. Bank A can loan X minus a percentage to 2. When he makes available the money to A2, what is the first thing that 2 does? He deposits the money that he received as a loan in bank BB. And BB, in turn, can loan that money that it received from 2, minus a percentage. It loans through to 3. 3 receives the money, deposits in his account in BC. BC, in turn, loans this money, the same money, to A4. And this generates a chain of successive deposits and loans. What's the conclusion we come to? The deposit of 1x, which was the first deposit, real money, whether coins or bills. We have a huge production of representative money. That is, the amount of money in circulation in the market is much greater than the amount of bills and coins we have in the market. For this reason, some time ago, when a person had 1 million reals, we used to call him a millionaire. He has a lot of money. Nowadays, the biggest fortunes in the world are of billions. But it is money which doesn't exist. It's money which doesn't have physical ballast. If everybody went to the bank to withdraw money which they deposited in the bank, they would not find the money there. Because there was in physical money a deposit, only the first deposit of X. This mechanism of production of representative money, which today is in a much greater quantity in the market, is at the base of the crisis of 1929 in the shares and at the basis of the crisis of 2007. From 1919 to 1929, the amount of representative money that produced from successive deposits, loans,